You're gonna mix this in, get another empty jug. You're gonna get a lot of these jugs. So for 1 gallon of water, you put in 4 ounces of chlorhexidine. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna use that to clean this thing. So once a month, you're gonna take this thing apart and you're gonna scrub it out with that chlorhexidine dilution. You're also gonna take the hose off, fill it with that chlorhexidine solution, swish it around, let it sit. Take this thing apart, take it off the wall, open it up, rinse it out, scrub it out with the chlorhexidine, nothing else, and then rinse the shit out of it. And then that way, what you're doing is just you're preventing your snake from getting an upper respiratory infection. You want to do that once a month. And then if you ever do get mites or your buddy gets sick, and also please observe, we've screwed around with him enough that he's like, okay, hi, what's going on? Hello, it's midday, woman. If your buddy ever gets sick, upper respiratory infection, mites, internal infection, you're going to use that to clean the inside of the cage. You can wipe the cage down, put your buddy in a hospital tank, and then clean it with that. Pro tip, plastic things can go in your washing machine, like the place where you do your laundry. So what I've done when I bought this stuff, before I put it in here, or when my lizard got parasites, because they get them a lot more frequently, is I took everything out of the cage, including like this stuff and this stuff, and I put it in my laundry washer on cold with clean and free Tide pods. And then I did another load with just water, and that works. It's cold, and then I just let everything drip dry. So you can also hand wash it. You would need new bedding, and then you want to sterilize it. So as you need to refill this, you need to sterilize your bedding. Bye, buddy. One of the last things that you're going to need is a pair of metal feeding tongs. You want these to be at least a foot long, and they need to be metal. Do not get the rubber coated tips. You want these to be stainless steel so you can wash them. And the rubber coated tips, the reason you don't want those is because they can pull off when the snake bites and your snake can swallow them. I've wrapped old rubber gloves around the end to help give me more grip. And you're gonna need these for feeding. You're gonna hold the rat with these, dangle it in there, and the snake really shouldn't strike them. But if they do strike them, it's okay because they can't break them and swallow it like plastic. And you can wash these and sterilize them unlike the wood ones. Stainless steel, at least 12-inch long. Well, I wouldn't do longer than 12-inch because hello, clacky clacks. Other things that you're gonna want is you're gonna want to download a good snake app for tracking their food, their weight, and their vet visits and things like that. I also track my water changes, like when I sterilize it with the chlorhexidine. There's a pretty good one that I will link to you. And then you're also going to need a scale that goes up to at least, gosh, I don't even know. I'll have to think about that. But, like a kitchen scale, like a digital one, and you're going to want to do it in grams because that's how you're going to keep track of your snake's weight. So before you feed them, after they've pooped, or right after they've shed, take weights on them. Most people overfeed their snakes, and that kills them. They get fatty liver disease. So there's a lot of really good body comparison charts. There's not really great literature on your snake should weigh this at this age because there's huge variation within every breed, even just ball pythons. And you're gonna go a lot by like their shape. They should be like a nice, sort of like Hershey's Kisses shape. See their spine, not really feel it. There's different like comparison charts. Other nice things to have. Yes, hi, you're so cute. You're performing so well for the video. Other nice things to have is when we go on vacation, I have a Wi-Fi camera that I set up so I can spy on him and call him like an Alexa. And I think that's it. We went over different things you want to have on hand, and then we'll do a separate feeding video later. And then here is the doors back on, obviously, because you can't see them very well, and then the lock. So I just keep the key in the lock. The cage came with this lock, and then I augmented it with the black strips using my 3D printer to make it a little bit tighter, because you'll notice there's a gap here, and I didn't want him to be able to get through that because I got him as a baby. So always keep it locked and latched. And remember, if you can fit your finger through it, so can he, and he will escape, and it will be bad.